Sir, sir, I am asking a question. Our friend Sanjay Kumar, who teaches
Yes,
sociology at
yes, I am reading his question on
yes,
the
so
screen.
I could read it out, and then it would be the last question. It would be the last question. So Sanjay Kumar, a former JNU student teaching at Mahatma Gandhi Central University in Motihari, Bihar, had asked you that how do you explain the Bangalore mob violence caused by a Facebook post regarding a comment on the Prophet? Sir, this question is related to, let's say, freedom of expression, blasphemy, and we also get several similar comments. For example, recently I have got several messages, and it is claimed by, let's say, communal forces that there is a particular Muslim, there is one Muslim whose identity I don't know, and then a particular statement will be attributed to that Muslim, and that statement is definitely against the sentiment of the Hindus or Hindu gods, and then the question would be posed to me, or it may be posed to you, that would you condemn that statement or not? So I mean to say that freedom of expression is very critical issue where the Muslim community is being attacked. We have seen in the France that cartoon issue, and I read several articles written by progressive people from Pakistan also, and they say that how blasphemy rule is being used to silence their opponents. So my point is, and I also know the hadith that when Prophet Muhammad was passing through a gully, and he used to greet a old lady, and then old lady used to throw garbage, and one day she did not throw garbage. So Prophet Muhammad, he went inside and see that why you were not present there, and then it was learned that she was ill, and Prophet Muhammad took care of her. So this is Prophet legacy. On the other hand, we will find that a lot of politics is going on the freedom of expression. So from Islamic perspective, what is correct, what should be border, where one should be allowed to speak and where one should not be allowed to speak? Sir, a detailed comment.
Quran clearly says that do not say bad things about the gods and about the important figures of other religions. It does not allow Muslims to say anything but bad about other religions, and so it does not expect others also to say bad things about our Prophet also. We have to learn to respect the emotions of all communities. Emotions are very much important, because spreading turmoil, spreading mischief, this by saying things that can inflame people, that itself is extremely condemnable. Freedom of expression is one thing. You can criticize Islam the way you like, but when you try to use abusive languages, and when you try to malign our Prophet then passions definitely will get inflamed, and this is true for every other religious or even any other ideology. If in front of Marxists you say bad thing about Marx, see what will be their reaction. If in America you speak against their concept of democracy, see what will be their reaction. So that is an emotional attachment. So we must all, Muslims as well as non-Muslims, Hindus, every community, should try to avoid inflaming the sentiments of others. And if somebody does this, then the law of the land should immediately come into action. He should act so swiftly that the people do not get the chance to come to the to come and indulge in violence or anything else. So both are equally condemnable. The one person who wrote, it was such a derogatory message that even I felt inflamed. Even I felt angry. So that was, the message was so bad that it was natural for Muslims to get inflamed. But Muslims should know that we have to control ourselves, we have to be patient, and if such things occur, then we have not to take the law of the land in our own hands. We have to try to find out peaceful ways to oppose that. But at the same time, the government of the day, they should act swiftly, so that the people, the